Star Trek fan fiction. Here we go. Captain's Log 2345.5. The Enterprise is orbiting the slave trade planet of Ortis on a mission to transport 5 former hostages of the family Verakus back home after being kidnapped by the slave trading race Kallus. Enterprise crew transported to the planet's surface to recover the freed hostages, but have not been heard from for 6 hours. Kirk, Spock, McCoy, and Scott have landed on the planet in a shuttlecraft to find the away crew and traveled to a saloon on the edge of the city to investigate. Spock identified Chief Security Officer Dickerson, who was sitting in a dimly lit booth at the back of the saloon. He was engaged with 2 aliens and was unaware he was recognized. "What are you doing here, Dickerson?" Kirk asked. He was standing over the crewman, intimidating him. Dickerson was shocked to see Kirk and shuddered in his seat. "I'm having a conversation," was all Dickerson replied. "Who are these 2?" Kirk asked, holding out his hand to indicate the 2 aliens sitting across the table. "I don't know their names. We just met," Dickerson replied. Neither alien offered a reply. "I'll cut to the chase," Kirk snapped. "Where is Rand, Uhura, and Sulu?" A brief pause. "I don't know. They left me." "Left you?" Kirk asked, unconvinced. "Why didn't you contact us and let us know?" Dickerson pulled out his communicator and tossed it on the table. "Won't work with the security shield in place without the passcode." Kirk pulled his communicator and flipped it open. He called the Enterprise with no response. "How do I get the passcode?" Kirk asked. "You have to trade for it," Dickerson replied. "Trade what?" "They prefer a live being, but will settle for about anything if the value is great enough," Dickerson replied. "You didn't have anything to trade?" McCoy barked. "Yeah, I did. I traded Rand for the code," Dickerson replied. "You did what?" McCoy asked. "The code they gave me was a scam," Dickerson replied. "Where's Uhura and Sulu?" McCoy barked. "Sulu is dead. At least I think he is," Dickerson said. "And Uhura is with Rand. The same aliens that took Rand took her." "Do you have any idea what they did with Uhura or Rand?" "Sex slaves is my best guess," Dickerson replied. "They may haven't been sold yet, so if you get to the auction, you might be able to see them." "You mean rescue them," Kirk said. "You might be able to buy them, but they won't give them up for free," Dickerson replied. "Who are these slave traders?" "How the heck should I know? I'm not from here," Dickerson replied. "How about your friends here?" Kirk asked, pointing to the 2 aliens sitting across the table. "Do you know who has our crew, or what happened to Sulu?" One alien shook his head, and the other looked away. "Do either of you have anything to do with my missing crew?" Kirk asked, pissed. "I saw them load your mail in a ground transport with many other slaves. If he survived, he is many miles from here," an alien replied. "And the women?" McCoy asked. "Mr. Dickerson is correct. They will be sold as sex slaves. Your only chance to get them back is to win the auction." "When and where is the auction, and how do we get there?" Kirk asked. "Auctions are held in the late afternoon. You can walk there from here if you start now. You will only miss the beginning," the alien replied. "Can you take us there?" McCoy asked. "What do you have to compensate us for our labor?" the alien asked. "You've got to be kidding," McCoy said. "I'll pay you whatever you want once we get back to our ship." "We don't work on credit. We need payment up front." 2 women are about to be sold as slaves, and you want to argue about wages?" McCoy snapped. "I'll trade my tricorder for your help. Is that good enough?" The alien held out his hand and took the tricorder to examine it. Spock spoke up. "I don't think we're authorized to trade the tricorder. Starfleet wouldn't want the technology leaked." "The hell with you, you green-blooded bastard," McCoy barked. "I'd give up 10 tricorders and my phaser to get Rand and Uhura back, and all you can think about is what Starfleet would say?" "It is at the captain's discretion," Spock replied. "No shit," McCoy replied, waving his arms. "Is it a deal or not?" McCoy asked the alien. "I want the phaser as well," the alien stated. McCoy tossed his phaser on the table and watched it bounce over to the alien. "There you go. Now take us to the auction house." "You were very quick to hand over your weapon," the alien said as he aimed it at McCoy and shot him in the chest. McCoy bounced backwards and fell and hit the hard dirt floor.